Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, The King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar, not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this update is for the brand Louis Cardin or Louis Cardin. This is another Middle Eastern brand from United Arab Emirates. They have been around for a few years. They have quite an extensive fragrance lineup in their portfolio, and they asked me to review this, and I said yes. All opinions are mine, nobody influencing me. They didn't tell me what to say. So I'm going to tell you what I think of it straight. You know me, I don't sugarcoat things. If they are not good, I will tell you. So this one in particular called Sacred, and this is 100 ml eau de parfum. It's targeted unisex, and to my nose it is unisex. Bang in the middle, 50-50. Anybody, woman and men, can wear it. In terms of performance, it is very good, but it's not a beast mode. On my skin it went well over 8 hours, easily well over 8 hours, but to be on the safe side I would say 7 to 8 hours. In terms of longevity, depending on your skin, depending on your climate and your environment and all good things. You know, we all have different body chemistry, so different people get different longevity and performance, but on me it went well over 8 hours. In terms of projection, I got more than an arm length of projection for 2 hours, and then slowly subsided, but I always had a bubble around me. I smelled it all day. The projection is quite good. This scent trail is quite good because it's a dense and a thick fragrance. And in terms of cloud, I had a cloud around me. I put 5 sprays and it was more than enough. It's very sweet and it's very dense and it's thick, so for me that was more than enough. But if you want to go outside and people smell you from the other side of the road, then you need to put more. Season definitely better for cooler weather because of that sweetness, and but it's one of those fragrances you can use it all year round if you control the trigger. In summer less, in winter more, unless it's a very high heat, then it could be cloying because of very sweet. In terms of the age, definitely 25 and up to in the safe side, again because it's oriental, it's quite complex. It's gourmand, so I don't think a young nose will appreciate it, although if you like this kind of fragrances it doesn't mean anything. And in terms of occasion, this is very versatile. You can wear it formal, informal, day, night, special occasion, casual, so it's very versatile in that term, depending what you like to do with it. In terms of the price, on their own website is about £32, but they send me a code NAS10, which is NAS10, and you can get a 10% discount from them if you buy it from their own website. So it makes it under £30, and I think under £30 this is a very good value for money because I really enjoyed this fragrance. So the smell is, as I said, the story of this smell is simple: sweet, and more sweet. So that's it, end of the story. Bye, see you later. But it's got a few other things in the basically in the game. So to me, it started up very close to Raghba by Lattafa, that rectangular bottle, the original one, but later on it changed a little bit, and I got quite a similar vibe to Scentstory 24 hours gold or 24 gold. So it's like a combination of those two, or at least to my nose, in the beginning it was Raghba, and later on a little bit of change, and it become like 24 hours gold by Scentstory. So if you like those two, you like this. If you don't like those two, you will like this, because you know, it's very very similar to those ones. So this is the way. I'm telling you this because I want to put you in the right direction. You know, to imagine how it smells. Because no matter how much I explain a fragrance, unless you smell it yourself, you know, it won't make it. You know, do it justice. Anyway, so the smell opens sweet, 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 sweet. The sweetness in the beginning, from 0 to 10, 10 being the sweetest, is around 9, so very sweet. So you need to have a sweet tooth. Like me, I love my sweet fragrances. And later on, it subsides a little bit, the sweetness, but it will never go away. So say in the beginning is 9, later on it becomes around 7.5, or maybe even 7. So it's still quite sweet. So you need to like your sweetness. So opens up very sweet. Let me read you the ingredients. So the ingredients comes like this: caramel, vanilla, dark chocolate, powdery notes, spicy notes, sandalwood, black musk, white musk, and amber. All those things is mentioned is in here, but I can smell few other things which is not mentioned. For example, I get a distinct cherry notes, especially in the beginning. From beginning to the mid, I get a very distinct cherry note. Also, from beginning to mid, I get a little bit of vibe of tobacco, little bit of smoky tobacco. Not much, but if you dig, you can smell it. The other thing is not mentioned here, which I get, is the booziness. So I'm not sure where does that come from. Probably the combination of vanilla and spices giving it that boozy feel as well. But again, it's not a huge player, is it? But if you smell it and if you look for it, it will be there. So these three I can get, which is not mentioned, but everything else is mentioned in here. I get the caramel, I get vanilla. Vanilla is the biggest player here. After vanilla is the caramel. After caramel is the chocolate. And that chocolate in here is, because it's a powdery chocolate, it's like a cacao powdery chocolate, giving it that powdery feel, which is very very nice, especially from beginning to mid. From beginning to mid it's quite powdery, but later on the powderiness subside. The spice here is cinnamon, and the cinnamon is the biggest player. You might sniff from time to time other spices, maybe a little bit of nutmeg, but the biggest player is the cinnamon, and that is the dominant spice. Sandalwood giving it that base of woodiness, and also lift everything up and making it smooth. The combination of the vanilla and the sandalwood here giving it very smooth ride, so it become very smooth from beginning to the end, which is very very good. And also the amber giving it that body, and it grounds the sweetness. So although it's very very sweet, but it doesn't make you feel sick or make you feel nauseous or anything like that. The reason is because of the amber. The amber here is quite dense and thick, and it grounds that sweetness, and it doesn't let it to run away. Most people cannot stand that runaway sweetness, which is one of them. If the sweetness doesn't have anything to ground it, to control it, to balance it, then it runs away, and that is when you get sick feeling or you get nauseous feeling. This one doesn't give me that, at least to me, to my nose, to my taste. That doesn't give me that because of that amber. It grounds it, it makes it controlled, it makes it balanced. Overall, everything in here is quite balanced, quite well done. Obviously, this is, you know, for this price, you don't expect 100% natural. There are some elements of syntheticness, but it's done well, and that's why it smells good to me. I enjoyed it. The wife enjoyed it. My daughter loved it, which is very very unusual, because most of the time she says, oh, I can't stand your perfume. She's young, she's about 16, but this one for some reason she loved it. So I know now she got a sweet tooth, so probably she likes sweet fragrances, and this one, you know, one of the sweetest in my collection. Probably in terms of the scale of sweetness, this one comes very close to Yop So Yop is in terms of sweetness, not everything else. Yeah, it doesn't smell like Yop don't get me wrong, but in terms of sweetness, is that scale of sweetness. Yop if you know Yop and you know the scale of the sweetness of that fragrance, this is the scale of fragrance you get in here. So very sweet, and you have to have that the sweet tooth for it. If you don't have sweet tooth, this is not for you. If you can't stand a combination of the notes I mentioned, this is not for you. And if you don't like Orientals, this is Oriental throughout, so very Oriental fragrance. But for me, this is very beauty in the bottle. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I highly recommend it if you want to get something sweet to enjoy and go out and casual and daytime, nighttime, anything you want. So that was the story of this fragrance. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, hit those buttons. Your help, your motivation, your encouragement will take this channel a long way, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you for your support. If you like to buy one of my own fragrances, they are out of this world. They are ultra beast mode, super artistic, amazing value for money, 100% natural, but you need to live in the United Kingdom in order to purchase them. I leave the links in there as well. If you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let other people know your experience. That would be very valuable. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye.